الأبصار وضياؤها صلى عليك الله يا علم الهدى ما هبت النسائم وما نريد عليك الحمائم. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, we're still looking after our hearts to find out how they are. Are they in good shape or in bad shape? Are they in good condition or not? How they are connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How much of Quran we have been reading in order to cure any disease or any sickness in our hearts? We're still remembering Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as we can in order to make sure that our hearts are sound and good. We have looked at some ways of treating, curing our hearts of some disease and some illness, some sickness, or even when our hearts are dead, how we can bring them to life. We have looked at one treatment for our hearts, whatever the condition they are in. One is to read the Quran and understand the Quran as much as you can. And in the meantime, in our salah as well. A very simple reason how Quran would help us and how connecting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would help to cure the disease and illness of our hearts. As we have known in أردت أن تكلم الله فعليك بالصلاة. If you'd like to communicate with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, be indulged in the prayer. We're talking to Him, asking Him, your supplication to Him, asking the guidance from Him, asking for whatever you need from Him. Now you are communicating with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some people would say that, oh, it's a one-way communication. How come I talk to Him and I'm not sure whether He's talking to me or communicating with me? Look at the rest of that statement. وَإِنْ أَرَدْتَ أَن يُكَلِّمَكَ اللَّهُ فَعَلَيْكَ بِقِرَاءَةِ الْقُرْآنِ. If you'd like for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to communicate with you, you read and recite the Quran. So it is two ways. You'd like to communicate with Him, salah, prayer. You'd like Him to communicate with you back, read His words, the Quran. Reading His words as if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is communicating with you. So it is a two ways communication. Once you have this done, it is your mind and your heart and your soul in a wonderful communication with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Automatically, without even thinking about it, it would cure your heart. It would provide your heart with the treatment it needs. And by doing this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help to fix what has gone wrong in our hearts, what kind of illness and sickness. Today we'll be talking about another way or another treatment or another cure for the heart of us as Muslims, which a lot of people are not paying enough attention to that one. But once we start practicing it, once we take it seriously, once we say, I will do this in order to make sure that if my heart is dead, it would come back to life. If my heart does have some disease, it would be cured. If my heart does have some illness, it would be treated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is that way? It is muhasabatu nafs. Muhasabatu an-nafs. It is one of the best cure ever to anything goes wrong with our hearts. What muhasabatu an-nafs is? We keep watching and observing and be careful in what we're saying, what we're hearing, what we're seeing, what we're doing, and what we're working for. Let me repeat it. Watch carefully. Extra carefully. What we're saying, what we're hearing, what we're thinking even. What I am doing by my own hands, what I am walking to. Once I am aware of all of these things I'm doing, it will give me a good opportunity to think and reflect what is coming out of me. Like when I'm driving, I have to look at my mirror. Am I overspeeding or slow down or go with the whatever the rules and regulation with the traffic is? Why? Umar ibn al-Khattab, radiallahu anhu Allah, is teaching us that حاسبوا أنفسكم قبل أن تحاسبوا وزنوا أنفسكم قبل أن توزنوا فإنه أهون عليكم في الحساب غدا أن تحاسبوا أنفسكم اليوم وتزينوا للعرض الأكبر يومئذ تعرضون لا تخفى منكم خافية. This is Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu. He's telling us that. Have a good assessment. Have a good evaluation to what you have been doing, what you have been saying, what you have been uttering, what you have been hearing, what you have been doing, and so on and so forth. Today, before tomorrow. Open that account. Find out how we are doing. Before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring all of us with our record, أَهُمُ قُرَاءُ كِتَابِيَ, their judgment. Your record, your book would be in front of you. I say, you read. Here is what you have done in that day, at that hour, at that minute, at that second. Here's what has been recorded there. Did you do that? You cannot deny it. It is recorded. The malaika angels have recorded everything from me. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will tell me, here is what has been in your record. You have done this, either good or bad. So this is now the evaluation. This is the assessment. But before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in order to decide for you where can I go? Jannah or Nar. Yani paradise or the hellfire. So Umar ibn Khattab is teaching us that and instructing us that to do it today before tomorrow. We have to have a good weight for what we have done. It is much better to do it today before it's too late in the day of judgment. We have the opportunity, once I have this, an accurate assessment of everything in my life, either good or bad, I can fix it, and we'll come to how we can fix those things. If I find out that I am too behind on this, or this is what I have done, here's what I have said, here's what I have heard, here's what I have carried in my heart towards some people, and so on and so on. How we fix this? We'll come to this one. يَوْمَ تُعْرَضُونَ لَا تَخْفَى مِنْكُمْ خَافِيَةٌ. In the day of judgment, everything could be clear in front of us. You cannot hide anything. You cannot escape it. You cannot deny it. You cannot say, no, I haven't done anything. Do it today before tomorrow. Al-Fudayl ibn Ayyad said also that al-mu'minu yuhasibu nafsah wa ya'lamu anna lahu mawqifan bayna yaday Allah ta'ala wal-munafiqu yaghfulu an nafsihi فرحم الله عبدا نظر لنفسه قبل نزول ملك الموت به. He is Al-Fudayl ibn Ayyad, one of the best scholars ever in that area of the assessment and evaluation to what we have done. Believers would have this check his account with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Have this assessment, have this evaluation. What I have done, what I have said, what I have heard, and so on and so forth. Knowing that once we are confronting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, before Him Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will show us again. But the hypocrite will never do that. He's away from that assessment and evaluation, not watching what is going on, not observing what is going on. May Allah, that's what He's saying, shower that servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with His mercy before he has done this, before angel of death comes. Once angel of death comes, means our soul is gone, there is no time, there is no way to have that assessment and evaluation to what I have done. Now we understand al-muhasabah. Now we understand how we have to have, wallahi, not in a daily basis. No, we'll come to this. When we can do that, check that account to Allah and see that assessment of what I have done, like in our workplace. Once in a while, you have to check what you have done. You have specific tasks you have to accomplish. Either you or your supervisor, or the supervisor of your supervisor, your boss, or the boss of your boss, to see what your performance is. Have you done such and such? You're supposed to do this in 1 week, or in 2 weeks, or in a month, or with a team. This is what you have done. What you have done so far, and you tell him, you just have done 10% of what I was supposed to do, or 20%, or 90%. It would be a saying in English. The one who is supervising you would have that evaluation and assessment saying that here is what you have done, either to stay with us or leave. Either to stay with us or leave, find somewhere else. Or we'll give you the chance to correct what you have done. So this is the assessment I have to do in our daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, in what we're doing. In my business, I have to find out how I'm performing, what I have done, what profits I have gained, and so on and so forth, in order to see how your business you're going. At school, the same thing. I'm taking two classes, 3 classes, 4 classes, what I have accomplished so far, what I haven't accomplished, when I will be done with my degree, and so on and so forth. So that muhasabah, that assessment to what I have been doing, what I have been saying, what I have been hearing, extremely important in your life, because once you feel that you're too behind, you can correct it. You can make it up. You can find out. What would help us in that assessment in our life and what we're doing? Knowing that the more you do of assessment, the more you do of evaluation, you will feel good. This is what I have done today. And instead of waiting for tomorrow, or the day after tomorrow, or a week from today, or a month from today, it would be too much to handle. If it is not only one thing I have done wrong, if I try to have a good assessment, accurate assessment today, and I correct it today, and instead of waiting for another day, or a week, or a month, it would be accumulative. And instead of one wrongdoing, it might be 10, it might be 20, it might be 100. Once it is too much, I cannot do anything about it. I can't. It's too much. It is too much. 2, once you have this assessment done in what you have been doing in your life, good or bad, negative or positive, you will find out how much you gain, you profit. Like in your business. How we're doing this week? How much we have sold? How much we haven't? How the business is going? And so on and so forth. So you have an accurate outcome of what you have done. Once you know your profit in your business, your accomplishment in your studying, in your education, what you have performed at your workplace, this, as a matter of fact, would help you to have the comfort. If we're doing the same in what we're doing with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and people around us, I know that my profit would be Jannah, the hereafter. I am working for that gain, for that profit I would have. And not only this, as an outcome of my assessment and evaluation, making sure I'm in the right direction, I'm doing the right things, and taking care of my heart, it is not only gaining this Jannah, Al-Firdaus, paradise, but also وَالنَّظَرِ إِلَى وَجْهِ رَبِّكَ الْكَرِيمِ. I have done this assessment in a very accurate way. And I know what I have done wrong, incorrect. I know what I have done negative. And I took care of it. Jannah, as a reward, you look at the face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Yawm al-Qiyamah, which one of the best wishes ever anyone can look for in the Day of Judgment. To see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala there. What is the loss if we do not have that assessment and that evaluation to what we have been doing? Hellfire والعياذ بالله, النار والحجاب عن الرب سبحانه وتعالى. You will never see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We know the gain, we know the profit of the assessment and evaluation, and we know the loss. We know the outcome, what we should be doing there. So we know. So here is the aim, here is the goal for me. As long as I'm done with this assessment and that evaluation, هذه المحاسبة للنفس. See what I have done. See what I have done. Good, keep going. Bad, correct it. Find out how to come back to the right way. In order to have that assessment and that evaluation, it's two kinds. Two kinds. One, before what I have done anything. The second way of that assessment and evaluation, the one after. So before, assessment, evaluation, and after, depends on what we're doing. Say, I am planning, may Allah forbid, to hurt someone or to cause a problem for someone or to be in a dispute with someone, not in a good term with someone. This is my intention. This is what I will be doing. I haven't done it yet. You follow me? I haven't done it yet. I will curse that person the minute I see him. Today or tomorrow, in a week or whatever. You sit to yourself and have that evaluation and assessment. If I do so, what would happen? That's the assessment and evaluation. Two things you're planning to do in the future. So you have it beforehand. You got to be careful. And it got to be an accurate assessment and evaluation. Would it harm? Would it cut that relationship with that person? Would it cause any problems to him and me as well? What would be the consequences, and so on and so forth. So here you have that evaluation and assessment as muhasabatun nafs before you do those things. And on the other side, saying that, inshallah, God will, I will donate something to the masjid. I will contribute. You think about it. This would help. Yes. Do we need it badly? Yes. And how much? Oh, it's $100. No. Don't do it 100. Do it 80. No, it's too much. Do it 50. Shaitan would come. Okay? Or 10 would be enough. I am evaluating and assessing what I'm going to do, though it is good. And this would help you to say, no, I'm going to fight this shaitan. If I decide it's 100, it's 100. And I know how it helps. And I know how it would be great. And I know it would help me in my account with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it would help me to strengthen my relationship with people around me. I will never say any bad things to that person. I will say it all the time good things no matter what. I will treat him or her the best way ever, no matter what. I'm doing that evaluation and assessment before I'm doing such a thing. It would help me also to keep going in order to say, this is great, this is what I would be doing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, may the Almighty help me to go ahead and do all of this. And of course, once you find out the consequences of the good things you'll be doing, though you haven't done it yet, it would encourage you to do more. In your dunya, in your daily affairs, with people around you, and also on the side of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it would be recorded in my good deeds, in my account with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is al-muhasabah, extremely important to do before I do anything. This is one way. And here, once that I'm done it this way, in my assessment of doing the good things in particular. Now some people would say bad things, yeah, I would stop myself not to do. In doing the good things and you have that assessment and evaluation, it might sound harder on you. Though some people would say, no, I can do it. Harder because the shaitan would tell you not to do it against you. So it would be recorded against me. But once I decide I defeat that shaitan, I'm gonna do it, no matter what. And in the meantime, when I'm doing it, say it is back to that example, I will donate some money to the masjid. I will contribute something. You ask yourself, before you donate, before you contribute, is it to show off? Just to let people around, here I am, I'm contributing, I'm the best among you guys, no one. Am I doing it for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost, in order to go to my account with Him? Or I'm just, telling people around, here I am, here's what I'm doing, look at me. With that assessment, with that evaluation, hold yourself immediately and say, Ya Allah, I'm doing this for the sake of you, with ikhlas, with sincerity to you. And you go ahead and do it. But this would actually be a safeguard for you when you're coming to those things in your life. We have to think, we have to reflect, and this is the beauty of our deen. It is not just mechanical things we're doing, no. That assessment, that evaluation to what we have been doing before anything we do and after anything we do, extremely important in order to tell me that that heart is aware of what is going on and is coming from a pure heart and a good heart, and I'm filling that heart with good and pure things. This is the treatment I need to do for my heart following this assessment and evaluation. I would conclude with one saying, Hassan radiallahu anhu wa ardah, the grandson of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and one of the two sons of Fatima al-Zahra radiallahu anha wa ardaha. قال الحسن رحمه الله رحم الله عبدا وقف عند همه فإن كان لله مضى وإن كان لغيره تأخر. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shower any servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he stops, have this assessment and evaluation in what he's doing, if it is for Allah, mainly, purely, and sincerely, go ahead and do it. If it is for otherwise, for some other things, stop to have another evaluation and assessment. لازلنا في رحاب المصطفى، البر لا يبدأ والذنب لا ينسى والديان لا يمون، كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون والتائب من الذنب كمن لا ذنب له، ادعوا الله وأنتم موقنون بالإجابة. الحمد لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى. الحمد لله واشهد ان لا اله الا الله واصلي واسلم على رسول الله صلاه وتسليما يليقان بالحبيب المصطفى النبي المجتبى صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه وعلى اله وصحبه وتابعيه تابعيه الى يوم الدين. My dear respected brothers and sisters, our dear sons and daughters, the future of Islam, inshallah. I'm afraid that, and I have to be very honest with all of you, as a reminder for myself, a reminder for all of you, I'm afraid that we're taking our deen al-Islam, in a very light way, not in a heavy way in our life, not with a great concern in our life, not with the great attention we're paying for this deen, especially when it comes to our hearts. Our hearts. As I said it before, and I will keep saying, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, ask yourself all the time, how is my heart doing? Medically speaking, we know what to do, as I mentioned before. Something happened to my heart, easiest way to deal with it, 911, ambulance, go to special, check you, find out what is wrong, what is going on, treatment is available. If I can make it, alhamdulillah. If I can't make it, I die. It's okay. This is my ajal, my umrah, my life. I'm done. And by the way, though it might sound very harsh, but this is the easiest way to deal with the medical condition of our hearts. Once it is a heart problem, it happened once, I didn't live for a day, a week, a year, couple of years, but I died. But my previous time, my life before that, I did not suffer from any heart problems. I enjoyed my life without that problem of my heart having today or tomorrow in a week. Medically speaking, this is the easiest part you can deal with. Though some people say, oh, it's my heart, I'm gonna die. Yeah, but you have lived already X number of years before that problem of the heart. But when it comes to the disease of the heart, to the contamination of the heart, to the death of the heart, spiritually speaking, my whole entire life, from day one till the day of judgment, is crippled. It's miserable. It is not only 1 day or 1 week or 1 month and I die. No, I am already dead with that dead heart. So I have to find out what is wrong with it in order to cure it, in order to find a treatment for it. That's why I'm saying we're taking our deen lightly. We do not have any concern about this heart today, what it has of good things to keep me going to the best, or bad things which taking me away from myself, my family, my community members, my spouse, my everything in the whole life. I'm gone, I'm dead. Take it seriously. And one of those things, as we have been mentioning from the beginning of this sermon, muhasabatu nafs. Have time off once in a while and say, what I have done today, good or bad. It is already in my record, and it cannot be erased. It cannot be gone unless I do something about it. And one of those ways to cure my heart, هذه محاسبة النفس. the accurate assessment and evaluation to what I have done in my life, what I heard in my life, what I have seen in my life, what I have thought in my life, what I have done, my hand is done, my feet take me to where? In my business, in my education, in my relationship, in everything. Have an assessment in a regular basis. In a regular basis. A wonderful statement by a great scholar. إذا تحركت النفس لعمل من الأعمال وهم به العبد وقف أولا ونظر هل الباعث عليه إرادة وجه الله عز وجل وثوابه أم إرادة الجاه والثناء والمال من المخلوق. فإن كان الثاني لم يقدم عليه، إن كان للجاه والمال لا يقدم عليه، وإن أفضى به إلى مطلوبه ألا تعتاد النفس الشرك ويخف عليها العمل لغير الله، فبقدر ما يخف عليها ذلك يثقل عليها العمل لله تعالى حتى يصير أثقل شيء عليها. Subhanallah. In our assessment and evaluation to what we have been doing, thinking, acting, and so on and so forth. With that assessment, it is done for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the motivation behind it? I'm doing it for the sake of Allah and for myself in order to be safe and secure, to have that pure heart, or it is done for something, for wealth, for job, for prestige, for something I'm looking for. If it is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first and foremost, consequently it will benefit you, do it. If it is not for Allah, for some other gains in your life, stop and say, no, I should not be doing this. Take for instance. And someone will say, look at me. It's a lot of time and effort and energy, sweat, in order to establish my business, in order to earn halal, in order to manage myself, in order to contribute to my families and pay my bills and so on. Great, wonderful. But have you ever asked yourself in that planning for that business, it is mainly, first and foremost, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not? My employment, I applied for many companies, many corporations, in order to have a nice job with my degree, with my expertise, I have the job already, wonderful, great. What you're having this job for? To myself. Earn money, save money, get married, establish a family, and so on and so forth. If you're not asking yourself first and foremost, it is mainly first and foremost for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. First, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. My education, to have a degree, for whom? For myself. If it is not for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, sincerely, first, it is nothing. You know why? As long as you're doing it for Allah, Allah will help you. But as long as you're doing it for yourself, once in a while, you will never be able to help yourself. You still need the help of Allah. Second, you're doing it as an act of worship to Him. Yeah, some people will say, my business is an act of worship. Ay wallahi. How come? It is business, transaction, buying and selling and employment and so on. It is business. It is for Allah first. It is an act of ibadah, act of worship. You're observing, you're watching what is halal coming in, what's halal is going out, and no haram. Act of worship. Before the Prophet, before the gain, before what I'm earning, before the money I'm gaining, before the education I'm gaining, before the degree I'm getting, before anything, it is for Allah first. Why? That's the ayah. وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْإِنسَ وَالْجِنَّ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. I have never created ins and jinn except for my acts of worship, first and foremost. And then anything else would come. And that's why Allah will help you. Allah will guide you. Allah will make your life the happiest life ever. Yet you have some people with the best business ever, the highest education ever, the best prestigious workplace ever, and so on and so forth. Once you ask him, how are you doing? Miserable life. Why? Because we have done it for myself. Do it for Allah first. Part of muhasabatun nafs, the assessment and the evaluation. What I have been doing this, for what? Deeply in my heart, for Allah. Allah will help, Allah will guide, Allah will provide me and will bestow upon me His mercy, His forgiveness and happiness. You look around many Muslims, you ask them, Wallahi, I'm living a miserable life. I do not know why, I do not know what is happening, and so on and so forth. Check your heart, good or bad, what you're doing sincerely for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala or not. Have this assessment and evaluation, muhasabatun nafsi, in a daily basis, if not even in hourly basis. One of the best ways ever to cure and to treat our hearts, which for some people it's already there, for some other people it has been poisoned, for some other people it has been already contaminated. We need to cure all of them by the mercy and grace and the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين وعلى فضلك راية الحق والدين وانصرنا على عدوك وعدونا يا رب العالمين. اللهم انصر من نصر أمة محمد واجعلنا منهم واقتل من خذل أمة محمد ولا تجعلنا منهم. اللهم اشف مرضانا وارحم موتانا وفك أسرانا وكن لنا ولا تكن علينا ولا تسلط علينا بذنوبنا من لا يخافك ولا يرحمنا. ول أمورنا خيارنا ولا تول أمورنا شرارنا. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على الإيمان. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على الإسلام. اللهم ثبت قلوبنا على الحق المبين يا رب العالمين. اللهم برحمتك عمنا واكفنا شر ما أهمنا وعلى الإيمان الكامل والكتاب والسنة توفنا وأنت راض عنا. اغفر اللهم لنا ولإخواننا في الله تعالى أحياء وأمواتا ولكل المسلمين أجمعين. إليه هذا حملنا لا يخفى عليك وهذا ضعفنا ظاهر بين يديك فعاملنا بالإحسان إذ الفضل منك وإليك واختم لنا بخاتمة السعادة أجمعين. عباد الله إن الله يأمركم بالعدل وينهاكم عن الفحشاء. إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله العظيم يذكركم واشكروه يزدكم. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمني ويرحمكم الله واستودعكم.